for the Massena Red Raiders, and we're underway here. Normally it was Sidden playing with Schneider. The puck goes back in the Plattsburgh zone. Reed headmans it. Thompson picks it up, takes it across, makes a good move, makes another move, but has the puck poke checked away. Bounce back to the blue line. Kept in by Parker. Drop pass. Craner, the big drive, and he missed the corner by about a foot. Puck comes around the boards. Brian Cushman with it, trying to dipsy-doodle, can't clear the zone, and finally they get it outside, and it's out to center ice, and moving it down the ice is the Plattsburgh High School Hornets. Dumping in the Massena zone. Matt Leary is starting in the nets for Massena. He pokes it in the corner. Brett Schneider trying to move it ahead, gets it back again off the boards to the blue line. Here's a blast. Leary handles it with a glove, drops it for Thompson in front, and Thompson for Massena circles it over to Schneider. Back to Thompson behind the net, moving it ahead. Has it pinched in and poke checked away by Steve Miller. Now Massena trying to break the zone. They do. Headman pass to Tayo. Tayo gets by a check. Trying to slide it ahead. Has it poke checked away from him by Steve Miller. Following into the zone, Mike Adams, and he's upended. The puck bounces free. Tayo still after it. Stepping out is Pat Tracy as he comes out with his line mates. But here comes Plattsburgh Steve Miller into the Massena zone. And he just dumps it off the boards as Plattsburgh wants a line change. And they move it around. Here comes Chris Sidden, who's playing defense for Massena. Sweep checks it ahead for Tayo, who's still out there. And finally, Tayo's going to come to the bench right now as Pat Tracy picks up the loose puck. Pokes it to the Plattsburgh blue line. Following it up is Jeff Fauché. He dumps it Plattsburgh zone. Jason Miller stops it. Jeff Johnson bearing in on him. Miller tries to clear. Johnson gets it in the skates, goes along the boards. Back to Sidden at the point. His shot deflected wide. Looked like Miller had that covered, and racing for it is Jim Chauvin. Can't clear the zone. Kept in by Tracy. He bounces one right on. Miller has to make the save with a stick. Now Plattsburgh can't clear again. Sidden tees it up. Deflected in front. Johnson can't find the handle. Puck comes in behind the net by Chauvin again. And around the boards, racing for it there is Mike Dubray, and he's going to dump it down the ice. And that'll be an icing call against Plattsburgh High School and move the faceoff back in their zone. 12:58 left, first period. No score. Massena and Plattsburgh. And we're going to have some more changes here. As coming out for Massena will be the third line of Convertini, Wiley, and I think that's Jeff Bigelow. Yep, that's who it is. Bigelow over on the left wing. Plattsburgh with a puck in their own zone. Eric Reed with it. Gets it out to center ice. It's picked up there by the Massena defense. Feely out there playing defense with Brian Levac. Levac over to Feely by way of a Plattsburgh defender. Now out to center ice. Here comes Convertini. Controls it across the blue line off sides as Convertini dipsy-doodled with it a bit and forced Jeff Bigelow to go offside on the left wing. So the whistle blows and the faceoff moves back outside with 12:35 left first period. As of yet, no score in the hockey game. Massena and Plattsburgh. Out to take the faceoff will be Marco Bucci for Plattsburgh. Bucci out there with Rasko and Brown. Off the faceoff, puck comes in, and the save is made. Picking it up is Levac. Off the save, weak save. And he manages to get it ahead to Bigelow. Convertini out to center ice for Massena. Convertini across on the left side in the zone. Feeds Bigelow in the slot. Tries the back pass. Goes behind Wiley. Wiley has to go back. Picks it up. Gets it to Convertini. Backhander right on. Miller makes the save. Another backhander. Knocked down by the defense. And Plattsburgh's going to ice the puck again as it's fed all the way down the ice. And another faceoff will occur. This time in Plattsburgh territory. Eric Brown dumping it down the ice for Plattsburgh. And so we'll move it back into their zone. And the Kevin Craner line coming back out. Bucci out there to take the faceoff. Skoski and Brown are the wingers this time. Off the face. No, check that. It's Mike Dubray. The puck comes back to the blue line, kept in by Craner. Now it's Connor Dufresne taken out of the play by Tayo. Parker tries to center. It goes off a stick in behind the net. Connor Dufresne and Chris Parker jamming for it along the boards on the right side. Puck taken away by Tayo. Tayo in the corner, circles, goes back to the point. Schneider, Thompson stepping by a check. He gets hauled down, and there's going to be a penalty on Plattsburgh as Timmy Thompson trying to make his move, and he was just hauled down, no doubt about it. Skoski will get the penalty, and it's got to be a holding call on Skoski. And that penalty coming at 3 minutes and 27 seconds of the period. So Massena will go on the power play as Craner stays out there with Parker and Tayo. And Mike Adams comes out with Sidden. So this is a little bit different defensive pairings than we've seen all year. Coming out to try to kill it off. Eric Brown is out there to take the face-off. Brown is up front along with Brian Cushman. Craner with the puck now into Tayo. Tayo, who's lost his stick, feeds it to Craner by way of the foot. Here's Kevin Craner behind the net, kicking it over to Parker. Chris Parker with it. Goes back to Tayo. He's got his stick again. Tayo behind the net right side. Here's Tayo dropping it back. Sidden fakes a shot, goes to Craner, back to Sidden. Sidden in the face-off circle, shot deflected right on, save, and the backhand goes wide by Tayo. Sidden picks it up into the circle again, quick shot, hit the goalpost. Puck comes back to Mike Adams at the point, steps by a check. Here comes Adams in behind, centering it, goes to Craner, the drive, and the save by Miller, and he holds on. So Massena with some good chances on the power play thus far. Face-off will come in Plattsburgh territory. 51 seconds left in the man advantage for the Raiders. 10:54 in the period as of yet. No score in the hockey game. Cushman out there with Skoski. Off the face-off. Puck dumped down the ice by Plattsburgh, and in fact, Leary has to make a save. Feeds it ahead for Adams for Massena, and the Raiders turn it around. To Sidden. Sidden across the blue line in the Plattsburgh zone. Bucci's out there to try to penalty kill. He lets Sidden go by into the corner. Parker now, deep left side, centering past Craner, goes all the way back to the point. Tayo is there. He fakes the shot, gets by a check, quits Spritzter, and it's knocked down by the defense. Picked up by Cushman, doesn't get it out of the zone, but it goes off Adams' stick up into the stands, I guess. And the faceoff will come outside Plattsburgh territory with 21 seconds left in the man advantage. And Massena will make a unit change here as the Pat Tracy line will come over the boards. Tracy out there. Jeff Johnson and Jeff Fauché, his wingers. And we've got Thompson and Schneider playing the points. Out to take the face-off. Mark Jolin, first time we've seen him today. Off the face. Puck kicked back. It goes to Johnson at the red line. He circles. 15 seconds left in the power play. Johnson in on the right wing, into the slot. Quick shot, save Miller. And he holds on to the rebound for the face-off as Jeff Johnson came in pretty much unmolested and got the shot off. 9 seconds left in the Massena man advantage. So far, no score in the hockey game. Off the face-off, puck back to the point. Here's Schneider's shot, way wide. And the bound comes off, and Jolin picks it up, dumps it to center ice. And that will take care of the penalty right there. We're back to 5-on-5 plus the goaltenders. Tracy across the blue line, drop past Fauché, poke checked away. Here comes Plattsburgh with kind of a mini break, but they decide not to take advantage of it. Dump it in the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net. Around the boards for Johnson. Jeff picks up the loose puck from Massena. Headman pass right on the stick of Fauché. Couldn't control it. It's dumped right back into the zone again by Jim Chauvin. In the Massena zone, the Raiders trying to control it. They can't move it out to center ice. Now they move it. Thompson with it. Throws a check, gets it ahead. It goes to Johnson. He's got Fauché with him. Tracy trails. Johnson dumps it in the corner. Goes after it himself, trying to center it. Knocked down. Tracy can't control. Johnson picks it up. Goes to Fauché. Fauché in deep. The shot, score! As Jeff Fauché beat Jason Miller right between the legs. And you got to give Jeff credit because the instinct would be to blast at it, but instead he didn't. He just took a little wrister, went right through Jason Miller's legs, and Massena scores the first goal of the hockey game, coming at 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Fauché will pick up the goal. Johnson will pick up one assist, and I'm not sure if there's another or not. We'll wait and see. Probably there will be. Pat Tracy, perhaps, would pick up the other assist as Massena goes up 1-0. Off the face-off, the Raiders in their own end. Back there with the puck is Brian Laback circling around. He leaves it for Feely, but coming back is Convertini, the Convertini line out there now for Massena. Here comes Convertini. Long headman pass for Bigelow off his stick. Back out to center ice. Convertini back in the zone again for Massena. Circles in behind, gets in front. Oh, goes for Wiley, and Wiley couldn't get a stick down on it. Puck along the boards now. Here's the official on the goal. Here's Convertini, the shot, saved by Miller. Here's another shot. Rebound in the net. So it's Fauché from Johnson on the first goal, and I think Bigelow may get credit for Massena's second goal, coming at 6 minutes and 18 seconds. We'll wait and see what the official is, but it looked to me like like Bigelow got the goal, but it may have gone in before he tapped it in. As Massena, well, it's got to be Wiley, Convertini, or Bigelow in some order getting that goal for Massena. Let's see what the official. Okay, here's the official. Wiley got the goal. Convertini. And also, Feely picked up an assist. So Feely gets the other assist. So it's Wiley from Convertini, and Massena threatening again as Convertini in behind the net. We've got a delay penalty as Plattsburgh will get the gate for an interference call. So the Raiders will go on the power play again, leading it 2-0. That penalty coming at 6 minutes and 47 seconds in the period. And let us see here who that is. That's going to be Connor Dufresne going off for interference. So Dufresne goes off for interference. Massena goes right back on the power play, leading it 2-0, with Fauché and Wiley picking up the Massena goals. Craner in the circle, gets to Parker. Parker back to the point. Here's Chris Siddon. Siddon and Adams out playing the points here. Actually, Craner's at the point right now. Quick wrist shot. Miller makes the save, as he had both Tayo and Parker right on top of him. Brian Cushman out there to try to kill this one off. Also out there, Eric Reed and Scott Luckin. And I can't figure out who the other forward is. But anyway, Massena controls. Adams fakes the shot, goes across to Siddon in the circle, right side. Stick handles, gets a shot off, knocked wide. The rebound, Tayo after it, couldn't put a stick down on it. Tayo in the corner now for Massena. Bounce pass back to the point. Craner dumps it in front. They jam at it. Tayo shot saved by Jason Miller on the glove. Nice save by Miller that time. The other forward is Skoski out there for Plattsburgh. 1 minute left in the power play. 7:43 in the period. And the Massena Red Raiders lead it on a score of 2-0. Cushman will face off against Craner again. Off the draw, puck poke checked into the corner. Chris Parker picking it up for the Raiders. Parker now goes to Tayo behind the net. Tayo running into some traffic, kicks it ahead, and the puck taken off his stick by Eric Reed. Reed trying to clear the zone, he can't. Adams tries to keep it in, and he can't. It goes out to center ice. Here's Craner now, breaks past the defense. Craner looking, has it poked away, goes back to the point. Adams slides in the corner. It's dumped down the ice off a Plattsburgh stick. That was Mike Dubray who's out there now, and Massena will have to regroup with 30 seconds left in the penalty. Siddon headmans it, goes to Adams. Adams on the stick of Tayo. Tayo into the corner and follows it himself. Tayo looks up now, goes in behind the net, over to Parker. Parker along the boards. Siddon has it poke checked away. Down the ice it goes again as Plattsburgh dumps it. Mike Adams picking up the puck. Adams headman goes to Tayo off his skate, dumped right back in the Massena zone by the defense, Eric Reed. Now Craner picking it up for Massena. Craner, stick handles past one. Here comes Craner in the zone, past another. Here's Craner's shot. Ooh, he just missed it high and wide. Fauché in the corner now, has it taken away. Scott Luckin with it. He loses to Fauché. Fauché in turn loses it to Eric Brown. It comes out to center ice, Mike Adams, and the penalty is up as Adams stumps it in the Plattsburgh zone. Fauché chasing it in there, overskates it. Tracy follows up, has it taken away. Brown back to the blue line, out to center ice. It comes to the Massena blue line. Picked up by Thompson. Headman to Johnson. Johnson checked at the blue line by Mike Dubray. The puck around the boards. Tracy leaves it at the point. Schneider dumps it in the corner. Plattsburgh controls it out to center ice. Picked up by Thompson. Drops to Schneider at the Massena blue line. Schneider headman to Jeff Johnson for the Raiders. Johnson trying to get by one. Johnson and Dubray going one-on-one. Johnson tries to center it. Knocked down. Puck goes behind the net. Fauché after it. Here's Jeff with the puck now. He can't control it. Back to the blue line. It slides to center ice. And here comes Plattsburgh with an opportunity. Sean Rasco with it centering right in front. And that was meant for Marco Bucci, but it went under his stick. Pat Tracy picks it up and clears the zone with it. Racing for it is Johnson. He gets there. Here's Johnson in the zone, but he's got 1-on-4, so he stops and then has it taken away. And it's back down to the Massena zone. A shot by Rasco from center ice, and the rebound picked up and out to center ice again. Here comes Eric Wiley. Wiley chasing it down in the corner, Plattsburgh zone. Wiley from Massena tries to circle right in front. The shot by Convertini. Save, another shot, and another save, and the whistle blows. And we're going to have a penalty, a slashing call against somebody. And I think Massena is going to pick up their first penalty, as I think Jeff Bigelow slashed right in the slot. Yep, that's what it's going to be. So Bigelow goes off for slashing, and that coming at 9 minutes and 55 seconds of the period. So Bigelow for slashing, and he'll sit, and Massena will have to kill a penalty here, leading on a score of 2-0. We're in the first period. Tayo and Parker out there. Also out there, Brian Levac and John Feely. Eric Reed with a puck in his own end for the Plattsburgh High School Hornets. Trying to move it ahead. It goes to Chauvin. Chauvin across the blue line, dumps it in the corner. Levac after it for the Raiders. And he shovels it along the boards and is picked up by Parker. Makes a good move, breaks into the Plattsburgh zone, has it poke checked away, controlled by Connor Dufresne. Parker forechecking him. Dufresne dumps it out to center ice. Jeffrey Tayo with it. Tayo feeds to Levac. Levac over to Feely. Feely dumps it down the length of the ice. Picked up by Dufresne again as Plattsburgh tries to regroup. Dufresne drops it over to Eric Reed. Reed, headman pass, goes to Steve Miller. Miller dumps it in the Massena zone. And it comes around the boards. Miller out there with Jolin. And Jim Chauvin is playing a forward on this shift. But Massena clears the puck down the ice. We're down to 30 seconds. Now long headman pass from the goalie to Miller. His shot about 15 feet wide all the way around the boards, kept in by Cushman, who's out there now. Cushman trying to get to the other point. Here's an opportunity, a shot and a save by Eric Reed as Matt Leary picks up the save, and Massena clears the puck down the ice. That was Chris Sidden. Now goaltender Miller feeds the puck ahead. It goes to Cushman across the Massena blue line. He's got Miller with him. Cushman taken in the boards by Mike Adams. The puck slides free. Miller goes back for it. He can't control, and Adams picks it up. He gets hauled down, and Miller's going to pick up a penalty as soon as Plattsburgh touches the puck. They have not yet touched the puck as Massena controls it. Here comes Bigelow, who's out of the box, but Miller's going to touch it, and there'll be a face-off and a Massena power play. So Plattsburgh picks up a penalty at 11 minutes and 36 seconds of the first period. Miller's going to go off for tripping. No, they're going to call it hooking. So the Raiders go back on the power play. 2-0, Massena leading here. We're in the first period. Coming out on the power play, Tracy, along with Jeff Johnson and Jeff Fauché. And Thompson and Schneider will be the two backmen for the Massena Red Raiders. Fauché takes the puck off the faceoff, drops to Schneider. Out there is Skoski trying to kill this, along with Eric Brown. And we've got Dubray on one point, along with Luckin. Here's Schneider's shot from the point. That's wide. All the way around the boards. Thompson keeps it in. Drops it to Tracy. Tracy in the middle. Over to Schneider. His shot deflected just wide. And Miller grabs a hold of it and holds on for the faceoff. 3 minutes and 1 second left in the period. 1:07 left in the Plattsburgh penalty. Massena on top. 2-0. Again, the OFA at Potsdam game started at 6:30, so possibility exists that Paul might be able to call the Pine Street Arena and get us a score. So we can check that out when we get back after this first period. Face off left side Plattsburgh zone. Off the draw, comes to Schneider. Schneider drops in the corner. Johnson right in front, backhander shot. I think Miller's got it underneath his pad. Yep, as Jason Miller makes the save. Miller already seen a lot of rubber in this first period. 2-0, Massena leading. 2:54 left in the initial stanza. 1 minute left in the power play. Massena's 2 goals, though, not on the power play. Off the faceoff. Fauché, the big drive. Miller makes the save and handles the rebound. As Pat Tracy won the faceoff and Jeff Fauché the big drive. But Jason Miller was right there to make the stop. Faceoff again in Plattsburgh zone to the left of Miller. Off the draw, back to the point, Schneider. Schneider with it. Dumps it around behind the boards to Jeff Johnson. Johnson in the corner. Goes back to Thompson, back to Johnson. Johnson skates by a defender, fakes the shot. Goes to Tracy at the point, the big drive. Knocked down in front. They jam for it. Johnson waits, hits the side of the net. He had a wide open net to shoot at, and he hit the side of the net. Jeff Johnson right in front. Fauché backhander. Hit the side of the net again. And Plattsburgh clears the puck off the ice surface and will face it off again in Plattsburgh territory with 2:23 left to go in the period. The first, 2-0 Massena. 29 seconds left in the penalty to Plattsburgh. As Tracy steps into the circle one more time. Now Plattsburgh's going to make a change here. Bucci is out there now, along with Eric Reed. Off the face, Faucher's big drive goes wide. Thompson keeps it in at the point. Feeds it in the corner for Johnson. Johnson waiting, goes back to Tracy. Tracy at the point, hits it over to Schneider. Schneider was open, but he had to go after the pass. Feeds it to Johnson. Johnson can't control it, and the Hornets dump it down the ice. Coming back for it is Pat Tracy with 2 minutes left in the period, 6 seconds in the penalty. Here's Tracy starting it out. Moving it ahead, Schneider, long left wing pass, Thompson. Thompson picking it up across the blue line, into the zone. Here's Thompson, poke checked away, gets it back again. Trying to set it up here. Centering pass right in front, Faucher shot, save! And a big one by Miller. Nice pass by Thompson to Jeff Faucher. Faucher unloaded, but Miller was there to make the save. And we are down to 1:43 left in the first period. And the scoreboard continues to read 2-0 for the Massena Red Raiders. Face off to the right side in the Plattsburgh zone. Here's the draw. Off the face-off, puck comes in behind the net. Plattsburgh trying to control it, but not out. Levac keeps it. Well, apparently he didn't, as Massena called on the offside. So apparently it came out before Levac could keep it in. So we'll do it all again. Only this time outside the blue line. Convertini's line out there. Convertini to face it off against Cushman. Cushman playing with Rasco. And we've got Chauvin playing the other wing. Off the face-off, puck comes to the Massena blue line. Levac with it. He drags it in behind the net. In the Massena zone, Levac kind of lost in his skate. Now he slides it ahead for Convertini. Tony starts out for Massena. Convertini, a head man to Wiley. Wiley trying to get by a check. He does. Here's Wiley, drop past Convertini, hit a leg. So Convertini has to come out to center ice. Now Wiley comes back out again, takes it across. Has it poked away. Convertini follows. Here's Tony with a puck. Trying to center to Wiley. Poked away. And Plattsburgh back the other way. Cushman. Oh, Cushman made a nice move. Gets in the zone. But Levac takes him out of the play. Taking the man instead of the puck. And it's controlled by Massena's Feely. Feely, long head man pass. Wiley. Wiley dumps it off to Convertini. Under a minute to play in the period. Convertini's centering pass is knocked back out to center ice. Levac picks it up from Massena. Over to Feely. His head man pass goes off Convertini's stick into the corner. After it, Bigelow and Convertini. Convertini comes up with it, trying to get away from a check. Drops it back to the point. Adams on the fly, right on the rebound. They jam for it. Miller makes a couple of saves and holds on to the puck with 29 seconds left in the first period, with Massena continuing to lead the game 2-0. Massena really peppering Jason Miller, and he's made some pretty good saves here, although Massena has scored a couple of goals. The Craner line back out. Marco Bucci gets ready to take the face-off for Plattsburgh. Bucci and Brown along with Skoski out front. Back to the point. Puck comes to Craner now. Craner moving through to Parker, intercepted, and back comes Rob Skoski for Plattsburgh. Skoski across the Massena blue line, dumps it in behind the net. Jamming for it is Brown, gets it right in front of O'Leary. The puck free, but the whistle blows. And the puck actually was free, but the referees had lost sight of the puck, and they blew it dead, which was fortunate for Massena, as one of the Plattsburgh players came in and picked up the loose puck. I think that was Eric Brown, and fired it over the prone Massena goaltender, Matt Leary. But the whistle had already blown. The play was dead. And we're down to 9 seconds left in period number 1. Still 2-0 Massena. Out to take the faceoff now is Brian Cushman. And Cushman will face against Pat Tracy. Off the draw, puck in the circle, now goes in behind the net. Timmy Thompson back to pick it up. We're down to 4 seconds. Thompson bangs it around the boards. That'll take care of the period right there. So period number 1 ends with the Massena Red Raiders leading Plattsburgh. It is going to be Jolin out to take the face-off against Craner. and we're underway. Puck comes to Schneider. Schneider dumps it ahead for Craner, knocked away from him, and back to the Massena blue line. Parker circles back, picks it up for the Raiders, starts out. Here comes Chris across the blue line, the big drive, score! And I don't know what happened to Miller on that one. It beat him right over the or make that the right shoulder. And Parker will get the Massena goal in the first minute of play here, coming at just 16 seconds in the period. Parker, and I think probably Schneider will pick up the assist, but we'll wait on the official. Massena goes up quickly here, 3-0. So Chris Parker with a drive from about 10 feet inside the blue line to start this second period. Off the faceoff. Puck bounces to the blue line into Plattsburgh zone. Here comes Tayo after it. Here's the official on the goal. Yeah, Parker getting the goal, of course. Here's the assist. No, they're going to call it unassisted, as apparently he picked up the puck himself. Massena controls it. In behind the net, it's Jeff Tayo. We have a whistle. They're going to move the faceoff outside. And apparently, man in the crease. At least that's what it looked like. So the faceoff comes outside the zone. So Chris Parker picking up the Massena third goal. Faceoff outside the zone. Marco Bucci will be taking the draw. Off the faceoff, comes back in the Plattsburgh zone. They poke it out. Schneider dumps it right back in. Bounces in. Miller stops it behind the net. Parker there to pick it up. Tries to center it. Hits the side of the net. Tayo throws a check, trying to center it, but everybody's tied up, and Marco Bucci picks up the loose puck. Headman intercepted by Schneider. Back to the Plattsburgh line, back to the Massena line. Schneider for the Raiders, trying to headman it to Craner, goes by him. And in fact, it's going to be an icing call against Massena and move the faceoff back in Raider territory with 13:54 left to play. Second period, Massena on top, 3-0. Pat Tracy's line coming out from Massena now. Tracy, Johnson, and Fauché, Adams, and Sidden coming out to play the points. Bucci stays out there with his line mates. Brian Cushman for one, and Rob Skoski for the other. Back of the points, Connor Dufresne and Mike Dubray off the faceoff. Puck comes to Skoski. He gets knocked down, and the referee went down as well. I don't know if we've mentioned Bobby Lozon and John Simons, the two officials for tonight's ball game. Mike Adams with a puck in his own end now. Feeds to Sidden. Massena starts out. Here's Sidden with it. Long cross-ice pass goes to Adams. He starts out. Headman pass. Johnson. Johnson trying to get by. The check taken out of the play. Plattsburgh dumping it. Goes down in the Massena zone. Not far enough for icing. Sidden's back. Bounces it to Adams. Adams headman to Johnson. Goes off his skate. Back into the Massena zone. Sidden picks it up for the Raiders. Ahead to Adams. His headman pass intercepted. Dufresne poked away by Tracy. Takes it across. Tracy trying to center it. Knocked off the puck by Mike Dubray, who feeds it around the boards, and back down the ice it goes. And if it goes far enough, it'll be icing. It does. It is. And the faceoff will move back in Plattsburgh zone. 13:04 left to play here in the period. We're in the second period. Massena continues to lead it on a score of 3-0. Again, the score we have, Potsdam OFA, 2-2 after 2. Pretty good hockey game at the Pine Street Arena. Convertini's line comes out now. And we've got Eric Reed. No, check that. That's not Reed. We'll pick up that's Jolin taking the faceoff for Plattsburgh. They clear the zone. Comes to the Massena blue line. Levac is there. Bryan takes it back behind the Massena net. Starts out for the Raiders. Levac with it. Circles back again. Goes over on the other side to John Feely. Feely back to Levac. Levac moving it to Bigelow. Bigelow trying to drop it. Dufresne at the point. His shot knocked down in front. Feely hit his skate, and he swept it over into the corner. Comes back out. Dufresne back in the zone. Delay offsides, and there's the whistle as the offside's called against Plattsburgh, and that'll move the faceoff outside the zone again. 12:31 left. 3-0 the score in favor of Massena. Face-off. Convertini. Can you hear me? Convertini takes the face. It goes to Dufresne. Dufresne feeding ahead for Bucci. Across the blue line. Taken away. Wiley overskates it. Convertini follows. Drops to Wiley. Wiley over to Bigelow. Bigelow takes a swipe at it. Dumps it for Tony Convertini across the blue line. Centering pass right in front. Bigelow to Wiley, and he can't get the shot off. Little bit behind him. He's taken into the boards in the corner as the Hornets just want to tie things up, but it's poked away. Convertini trying to get the shot off, knocked down, and Plattsburgh comes back the other way. Eric Reed. Reed's going to take a shot from center ice, goes wide around the boards. It comes to Chauvin. Chauvin slides it at the net. That's wide. Picked up by Wiley. Backhander ahead, doesn't get out of the zone. Marco Bucci with it. Bucci gets a shot off, knocked down in front, and it comes to Feely. Feely with a puck now, right side, trying to move it out of the zone. Convertini, he had his head down, and he got railed by Connor Dufresne. Picking up the loose puck back the other way is Reed. His shot from center ice, and the save made by Massena goaltender Leary. Puck in behind the net. Feely jams for it, can't control it. Convertini comes back to help out. Off the boards, out to center ice. Racing for it is Parker, can't get there. It's dumped back in by Plattsburgh. The layoff sides, but they tag up. They're going to make a line change as well. Levac now, moving it ahead, trying to get out of the zone. Feely, poke checked away from him. Dufresne centers it, but it comes all the way back down the ice as nobody for Plattsburgh there. It comes to Miller, the goalie. He feeds it out to center ice again. Headman pass goes to Cushman. Cushman across the blue line, off sides. As ahead of the play that time was Rob Skoski for Plattsburgh, and the face-off will move outside. 11 minutes even left to play, second period. Massena on top 3-0. The Craner line comes out for the Raiders now. Craner out there along with Tayo and Parker. Off the face, puck in the Massena zone, comes to Thompson. Thompson stops, trying to move it ahead, knocked down. Puck free, into the slot and back out to the blue line. Here's a shot knocked down. Puck back into the slot again, a backhander goes wide. Thompson after it. Thompson headman to Tayo. Tayo goes to Craner, and Craner starts out. Long pass for Parker, intercepted, and dumped back in the Massena zone by Mike Dubray. Stopped in behind the net by Leary. Leaves it for Schneider. Headman goes to Tayo. Tayo has it taken away. Puck back into the zone again. Off the stick of Jolin. Comes in behind the Massena net. Stopped by Leary again. This time Schneider stops. Headman to Craner goes off his stick down the ice. And that'll be an icing call against Massena. And that'll move the faceoff back out, or I should say back deep in Massena zone. 3-0 our score. We've played a period and almost 5 minutes here in the second period. Massena continues to lead. Pat Tracy will take the faceoff, right side. Off Bucci. And off the faceoff, puck goes in the corner. Jeff Johnson after it. Dropping it in behind the net for Chris Siddon. Siddon to Tracy, back to Siddon. Siddon circles, goes to Adams. Adams starts to move it out. Headman to Fauché. Fauché picks it up. Here's Fauché, trying to go to Tracy. Poke checked away, back to the red line. Siddon with it. Holds on through traffic, goes to Adams. He takes it across. Mike in the corner now. Plattsburgh zone for Massena. Drops it for Johnson. Johnson circles. Falls down, gets up again. Picks up the puck, kicks it ahead. Trying to look for somebody to pass it to. Has to slide it in behind the net. And back there to pick it up is Eric Reed. Taken away. Johnson circles in front, the shot. And I think the goalie Miller got a piece of that. Puck around the boards. Adams, his drive right on. Miller makes the save. Puck in the corner now. Pat Tracy picking it up. Trying to dump it behind the net. Mike Dubray is there. He and Tracy jam. Puck comes free. Johnson, short side. The shot. Save on the shoulder by goaltender Miller. Plattsburgh dumps it down the ice, but they're going to be called for a hand pass. It would have been icing anyway. So the net result is the faceoff moves back into Plattsburgh zone to the left of goaltender Jason Miller, who has had a couple of really super saves. 9:16 left to play here. Period number 2. Massena leading 3-0 over Plattsburgh Hornets. Convertini's line comes out now. He'll face it off against Mark Jolin. Face off, controlled by Plattsburgh. They move it out to center ice. The Hornets trying to move it down. It goes to Chauvin. Chauvin dumps in the corner. Picked up by Feely. Feely, headman pass. Bigelow to Convertini. Convertini trying to get it ahead to Wiley. Knocked away, and the puck comes free at the red line. Now Bigelow again, steps by a check. Jeff across the blue line, a couple of good moves. Dumps it for Wiley, back to Bigelow, goes behind him. And Plattsburgh controls it again as Chauvin takes it out to center ice. Here's a shot from the red line. A save is made, but I think we're going to have a penalty, a tripping call, and it's going to go against Massena. 6 minutes and 18 seconds the time as Convertini goes for tripping. And Plattsburgh will go on the power play. The Raiders lead it here 3-0. Let's see. We've got Marco Bucci coming out. And we've also got Brian Cushman. And Rob Skoski. Eric Reed playing 1 point along with Connor Dufresne. Off the face-off, Thompson trying to clear the zone, kept in by Reed. Reed with a puck now, drops it in the corner. They jam at it, picked up by Schneider, and he dumps it down the ice. So Schneider picks up the loose puck, and down the ice it goes. It's picked up by Dufresne for Plattsburgh. Dufresne to Reed. Reed, long headman pass on the wing for Cushman. Poked away, Craner, but he can't control it. It's dumped into the Massena zone. In fact, that'll be an icing call against Plattsburgh High School. 1:02 left in the Plattsburgh man advantage, and we're down to 8:14 left in the period. Massena still leading at 3-0. I'm not sure if Miller's been quite as busy this period as he was last period, but he's certainly been called upon to make a lot of saves in this hockey game. Craner out there with Tayo, killing it off. Schneider and Adams. Off the draw, puck in the circle. Plattsburgh starts out. Moving it out to center ice, Reed. Reed with a puck now, still has it. The Massena blue line dumps it in behind the net. Picked up by Schneider. Schneider waits. Headman Tayo doesn't get it out of the zone, but Plattsburgh does for them. Craner picks up the loose puck. Gets by a check. He's got Tayo going with him. Feeds it to Tayo right in front. Shot. Score! Jeff Tayo from Kevin Craner, shorthanded, and Massena goes up 4-0. So Jeff Tayo gets the goal from Kevin Craner at 7:10. A shorthanded goal for Massena to give them the 4-0 lead. Okay, coming out to kill off the remainder of this penalty, Tracy and Johnson, Adams, and Sidden. Off the face-off. Sidden with it. Backhands it deep in Plattsburgh territory. Also picking up an assist on that was Schneider. Puck controlled by Plattsburgh as they move it out of the zone. Eric Reed with it. Reed across the blue line. Stops. Waits. Tries to pass it. Here's Dufresne's shot. Saved by Leary, the rebound. Bounced into the corner. Big save by Leary, probably his toughest of the day. And Johnson breaks down. And Massena with a chance here goes to Tracy. Tracy breaking in. Shot. He fired it wide. Poor Pat. Still snake bit. Puck back out to center ice. The penalty is up. And we're back to 5-on-5 plus the goalies. 7 minutes about left to play in the period as Plattsburgh dumps it. Leary stops it. I don't believe that was on, though. Leaves for Sidden. And Sidden starts out for Massena. Headman goes to Tracy, goes off his stick, and that'll be an icing call on Massena. And move it back into Massena territory. We're down to 6:53 left to play. Period number 2. Massena on top, 4-0. Oh. So the faceoff coming back into Massena's zone. Let's see. We've got Jake Morris coming out now to center McCracken. And I think that's Tommy Moore playing the other wing on that line. And off the faceoff, McCracken lugs it to center ice. Tries to drop it to Morris, taken off his stick. Here comes Dubray's shot. And Leary got a stick on it, but I think that was wide as well. Now Feely with a puck in his own end for Massena. Headman pass on a stick of Morris. Oh, he saw McCracken, but couldn't get it to him. And the puck comes into the Plattsburgh zone, bounced right out by Miller, the goalie, picked up by Levac. Levac feeding it over to Feely, back to Levac. Headman pass on the stick of Morris across the blue line. Morris drop pass for McCracken behind him. It's back out to center ice. To the Massena blue line. Levac picking it up there. Here's Levac being forechecked by Bucci. Levac trying to feed it around the boards. Bucci got a stick on it, and it goes up into the stands. And the faceoff will come in the Massena zone with 6:09 left to play in the second period. Massena leading 4-0. A couple of goals in the first period, a couple more, including a shorthander here in the second period. And Massena will make a line change as the Craner line comes back out for the Raiders. Craner, Tayo, and Parker. And for Plattsburgh, Jolin's line will be out there. Jola now with Skoski and Cushman this time. They changed lines all around. Off the faceoff, puck back to the point. Here's a shot that goes wide off the stick of Eric Reed. Raiders Tayo trying to clear it. Takes it out to center ice. Here comes Tayo. He just got hammered. Should have been a high sticking call, and it is. Yep. High sticking on Plattsburgh is the Plattsburgh player got his stick right in Tayo's mask. So Plattsburgh picks up a call at 9:04 in the period for high sticking. And Massena will go on the power play. That is, I believe, Skoski. Off the faceoff, Tayo takes it in the corner, Plattsburgh zone. Feeds it in behind the net for Parker. Parker to Schneider, back to Parker. Parker's centering pass is knocked down, and the Hornets dump it down the ice. Craner racing back for it for Massena. Craner slides it over to Thompson. Thompson goes back to Craner, goes off his skate. Leary feeds it to him. Headman goes to Schneider. Schneider to Parker. Parker drops for Schneider. Schneider to Thompson. Thompson breaks in, gets a shot off. The save by Miller. And the puck picked up by the defense in behind the net. They try to clear it. Goes back to the point out to center ice. Plattsburgh controlling it now. Cushman, he's just going to dump it in the Massena zone. Stopped by Leary again. Leaves for Thompson. 40 seconds and counting in the penalty. Headman past Schneider. Schneider backhand on the stick of Craner. Craner takes it across. Right across the middle. Craner can't get the shot off and has to go back around to the point. Here's dropping pass. Goes back to Craner again. Craner dumps to an open wing. Here's Thompson. Thompson fakes it. Takes it behind the net. Goes to Tayo. Tayo circles. Here's Tayo. Short side shot saved by Miller. And he's going to hold on. 17 seconds left in the Massena power play. The Raiders have yet to get a power play goal tonight. They've gotten a shorthanded goal, one of them, and 3 regular strength goals, but so far no power play, and they've had some opportunities. 4-0, Raiders lead it with 4:43 left in the middle period. Tracy's line coming out now for Massena as they will complete this power play. Off the face, puck comes to Fauché. Fauché in the corner, moving it back to the point. Goes to Sidden. Sidden trying to go to Tracy. Tracy lost in a skate. It comes back out, back in, back out again, and it slides to Mike Adams at the red line. Over to Sidden, 2 seconds. That'll take care of the penalty right there as Plattsburgh gets their man back. Skoski, but Fauché steals the puck. Here's Fauché's shot, the save, the rebound bouncing around in the slot. Jeff Johnson with it, can't find the handle, and finally it's dumped down the ice by Plattsburgh. That'll be an icing call against the Hornets and move the face-off back into Massena territory once again. 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the second period. Massena on top 4-0. And we've got Bucci out there now, along with Eric Brown and Scott Lucken. Face off to the left of Miller. Off the draw, faking the shot. Here comes Fauché, can't get it off, and it's out to center ice. Sidden goes to Adams. Adams dumps it back in for Fauché. Now Tracy with it. Plattsburgh trying to clear, and they move it out to center ice. Marco Bucci with the puck, loses it to Sidden. Sidden slides it ahead, but it goes back to the Massena blue line. Now they dump it deep. That'll be another. No, they waved the icing off. Somebody touched it. Mike Adams picks up the puck deep in Massena territory. Adams for the Raiders. Headman a little bit too far for Tracy. Back in the Plattsburgh zone, back out again. Tracy picks it up, lifts it deep. It goes to Plattsburgh, and it's Eric Reed. Reed trying to clear the zone, doesn't get it out. Sidden can't get the shot off, knocked down. The puck comes free, and the Hornets start back the other way. Here's Plattsburgh dumping into the Massena zone. Mike Adams back there for Massena. Stops behind the net. You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on 1340 WMSA, Massena, New York. Headman pass goes to Johnson. Johnson drops it back to Adams. Adams just dumps it in Plattsburgh territory. Around the horn it goes. In behind the net. Picking it up is Wiley. Wiley in behind. Here's Eric with the puck now circling. Goes back to the point. Levac with it. Levac drops to Feely, who's out in center ice. And Feely has to come back. Feeds it ahead for Convertini. Convertini trying to step by a check. Gets knocked out of the play. And the puck dumped down the ice by Plattsburgh again. There'll be another icing call against the Hornets. And we're down to 2:40 left to play in period number 2. And Massena continues to lead it 4-0. We've got an update on that Potsdam OFA score, 5-3 OFA in the third period. So it looks like that will set the stage for the big showdown Saturday afternoon. About 8:15 left, 5-3 OFA. Convertini will take the face-off, trying to drop it back to the point, jamming for it. As Wiley can't find the handle, out to center ice it comes. Dumped into the Massena zone by Steve Miller. Around the boards, picked up by Wiley. Wiley drops for Feely. Feely starts to move it out. Here's Feely, skating it out to center ice. He's going to take it himself, and here's a shot from center ice. Into the zone it goes as Massena makes some changes here. The Kevin Craner line coming out on the ice from Massena. Puck along the boards, Plattsburgh controlling it. They just backhand it. That's Jim Chauvin into the Massena zone. Back to pick it up is Feely. Feely hits the back of the mesh and his pass picked up by Plattsburgh. Puck comes free. Convertini clears it into the corner. Bigelow after it. He gets railed and the puck slides out to center ice. Back is Connor Dufresne. We have a whistle and there's going to be a charge on Plattsburgh's Jim Chauvin. So Chauvin picks up a charging call, and that coming with 13-17 in the period. So Massena will go on the power play for almost the rest of the second period. At 14-17 of the second period. Craner will take the draw just outside the blue line. Off the faceoff, Parker poke checks it in the zone. Eric Reed after it for Plattsburgh around the boards. Stepping in front of it is Schneider. Schneider slides it to Tile behind the net. Tile trying to go back to Schneider, but Reed takes it. Feeding it back to the blue line, down the ice it goes, and it's going to go right on. And the save is made by Leary. He leaves it for Craner. Here's Craner behind the net. He starts out. Headman pass on the stick of Schneider. Schneider feeds it for Thompson. Thompson can't find the handle on the carom. It goes back in the Massena zone. Leary over to Thompson. Thompson trying to feed it around the boards. Plattsburgh a little forechecking now, but Tile picks up the loose puck. Headman pass goes by Parker, and they wave the icing off. Miller plays it. The goaltender leaves it behind the net. Tile picking it up there. Here's Tile. Gets knocked down, feeds it to Thompson. Back to the point, Craner. Craner the big drive, and the kick save by Miller. Another big save by Miller, and Plattsburgh clears it down the ice. About 30 seconds left in the power play. Here's Thompson with a puck. Gets railed into the boards. Hard check thrown there. Puck comes free. Another hard check. And Schneider picks up the loose puck. Around the boards it goes. Parker. Parker's headman for Tio gets knocked down, but Craner picks up the puck. Into the zone. Here comes Craner. Trying to center it. Gets it right in front, but it's cleared into the corner. With 9 seconds left in the power play, Plattsburgh dumps it down the ice. Stopped by Leary. That'll about take care of the power play. We got about 10 seconds in the period. Headman pass, Jeff Johnson. Johnson takes it across through the slot. The shot knocked down. We have a whistle, and we're going to have an interference call against somebody. Against Jeff Fauché for Massena. So he picks up an interference call with 8 seconds left in the period. So the face-off will move outside Plattsburgh territory with just 8 seconds left in the period. And the scoreboard reading Massena 4, Plattsburgh no score. Off the face-off, the puck comes back to the Massena blue line. Sidden bangs it ahead for Tracy, who feeds it deep in Plattsburgh territory, and that'll take care of period number 2. So the Raiders go to the locker room.
That 4 spots up for grabs.
Sure is. So it'll be interesting as RPI and Vermont in town. And Vermont's at St. Lawrence on Friday. RPI at Clarkson the other way around on Saturday night. And fortunately for us, Massena plays in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's good timing. I like that.
Isn't it?
I like that.
Well, we're underway here in the second period, or the third period, I should say. It's been a quick game despite the lopsidedness of it. And Plattsburgh ices the puck on the power play, not something you really like to do. That'll move the faceoff back in their zone with a minute left in their man advantage. Out killing the penalty for Massena, we've got Jeff Tio and Chris Parker And we've got Thompson and Schneider. We've seen new defensive pairings tonight from Massena, Reg, as Schneider and Thompson have been paired together, and Sidden and Adams, which is different than the way it's been all season up until this point. Plattsburgh controls it as they move it around the boards. It's Eric Reed trying to headman it. Comes out to center ice, stolen by Tayo. He slides it right back to the Plattsburgh line. Picked up there by Steve Miller. Miller gets the return pass as he drops it back. Tayo steals it and backhands it down the ice again. About 35 seconds left. Miller still in the nets for Plattsburgh. Of course, you remember in the game over at OFA, they switched him, and we couldn't understand how that one goal got in. Then we realized. Here's Adams with a puck now. Stops. Finds the hole. Dumps it out to center ice. Johnson takes a swipe at it. Comes back to Connor Dufresne at the Plattsburgh blue line. Dufresne drops it to Reed. Back to Dufresne. Back to Reed. Headman pass comes to the Massena blue line, where Mike Adams picks it up for the Raiders. Here's Adams. Cross-ice pass to Sidden. Chris starts out. Headman goes to Pat Tracy on the stick of Johnson. By the defense. Johnson score! And the penalty had just expired, so it'll be a full-strength goal. But it was a nice play as Pat Tracy hands out the assist. Jeff Johnson gets the goal, and Massena goes up 5-0.
Well, Plattsburgh couldn't do anything at all in that power play. It was good penalty killing in the first half by Tayo, and then, of course, Johnson and Tracy come back out. Tracy getting the puck, throwing it to Johnson. He beat the defenseman in all alone and scored. Massena's up 5-0.
Face-off controlled by Massena. Johnson drops it to Sidden. Sidden headman for Fauché. I think they're going to call that. They do call it icing. I think Fauché touched it on the way through.
I thought he did, but
the official didn't see that, so down the ice it comes. 6-3 final with the OFA Blue Devils beating Potsdam. That's a big win for OFA, and that gives them quite a lead. But they, again, have played, I think, 3 or 4 more games than Massena has in the league. Off the face-off. Puck comes to Sidden in his own corner. Starts out. Here's Sidden lugging it out to center ice. And the headman pass. I guess Adams picked up an assist as well. And Tracy has the puck at the blue line. Trying to keep it in, but it slides out to center ice. And Sidden picks it up there. Here's Sidden. Headman to Johnson across the blue line. Trying to sweep it to Tracy. Pat didn't see it. And Plattsburgh controls it. It's Eric Brown out to center ice. Loses Tracy across the blue line. Steps by, feeds Johnson. Johnson in the corner, steps by a check. Sharp angle shot, hit the side of the net. Picks up his own rebound, goes to Sidden out front. Chris didn't expect it, couldn't get the shot off. And Plattsburgh breaks back the other way. It's Mike Dubray in the zone. Here's a chance, Plattsburgh. Brian Cushman fires it high and wide. Puck all the way around the boards. Back out to center ice, controlled by Connor Dufresne at his own blue line. Dufresne feeds it to Dubray, who dumps it down the ice, and that'll be another. No, they wave the icing off, and Mike Adams picks up the loose puck. Adams stops behind the net, starts to move it ahead. Oh, Adams has it poke-checked away. Morris comes back to help out. He loses it. Finally, it's Sidden, and he controls it out to center ice. Here comes Chris leading the attack across the blue line to drive, and Miller got a piece of it, but I think it was wide anyway. Now McCracken with it in the slot. His drive knocked down, and Plattsburgh controls. Dumping it to center ice is Brian Cushman. It slides all the way back in the Massena zone, and Brian Levac for the Raiders picking up the puck. Here's Levac, skates by one, takes it out to Morris. Jake from Massena starts across the blue line. He's got McCracken. McCracken in post. He gets hauled down, trying to pass it free, but Plattsburgh picks it up. And Jim Chauvin takes a shot. Feely blocks it with a leg. That had to hurt just a little bit. Puck comes back to the Plattsburgh blue line. Moving it ahead now, it's Eric Reed. His drive is wide. Bounces back to the blue line. Kept in at the point by Connor Dufresne. Can't get the shot off. Morris kicks it out to center ice. And Jim Chauvin picks it up and dumps it back to Miller, who passes it ahead. Stolen by Moore. His shot off a leg right after he receives a check. And the puck comes free. Dufresne after it. Can't control it. Morris, his shot. Kick save made by Jason Miller. Puck in the corner. Dufresne for Plattsburgh. Picking it up, circling, starting out. Here comes Dufresne. Headman pass goes to Jim Chauvin into the Massena blue line. Swept away by Thompson. Doesn't get it out, though. The puck bouncing at the circle. Finally, it's backhanded to center ice. And it's picked up by Plattsburgh's Dubray, who feeds the Massena blue line. Timmy Thompson is there for the Raiders down the left sideline. Takes it across the middle into the zone. Here comes Thompson. Gets a shot off. It's deflected high over the net. Goes in behind. After it, Thompson in there along with Parker. Parker throws a check and picks up the puck. Back to the point it goes. Schneider dumps it back in around the boards again. Racing over on the other side to pick it up is Steve Miller for Plattsburgh. Doesn't get it out. Craner keeps it in, dumps to an open wing. Back there is Dubray again. Along the boards, Craner steps in front. In behind the net, it hit the official. Lozon goes back to the blue line. Bucci takes a whack at it. Schneider tries to keep it in, he can't. And Tayo has to pick it up at center ice. Tayo circles, goes to Parker, right wing side. To Craner. Craner back to Tayo. It hit a leg, goes behind him. And the puck picked up by the defense. Craner steals it again. Craner short side, right in front. Shot Parker. The rebound. Parker gets it again, knocks it in again. And another save made by Jason Miller. And finally, Dubray just swipes it out to center ice, where it's picked up by Mike Adams from Massena. Adams, headman to Tayo, goes to Parker, but it's by him. Massena wants a line change. Plattsburgh wants to dump it. In fact, that's a shot right on. And the save made by Leary. Most of the Plattsburgh shots have been like that, Reg. From center ice or worse. At the Massena blue line, it's Sidden. Sidden dumps it into the Plattsburgh zone. They try to swipe it out of there, but Craner picks it up. Here's Craner, right side, right across the slot, trying to go. Johnson gets a back shot. Saved by Miller. The rebound. Johnson scores. As Jason Miller made the initial save, but Jeff Johnson was there to poke in the rebound. And that was kind of almost a knuckleball that went over Miller's shoulder after he touched it. And Massena goes up 6-0. So the Raiders have scored 2 in each period.
Well, you can't blame Jason Miller on that. He did the first thing he had to do. He had to stop the shot of Craner, which he did. However, he gave up the rebound. Johnson was right there to pick up that rebound and threw it over the shoulder of Miller. Massena's up 6-0.
So here come the Raiders again as they move it in the zone. Tracy trying to feed Fauché. Comes to Jeff Johnson again. Centers to Fauché. His shot is wide off a stick. Fauché in the corner. Goes after it. Comes up with a loose puck. Here's Fauché. Sharp angle backhander right on Miller. The save. The rebound bouncing free. And it's picked up there by Cushman. And Cushman lugs it to center ice. Headman pass goes to Bucci. Goes by him. And it's picked up by Chris Sidden. Sidden feeds it around for Adams. Adams lets it go through. Cushman stops it, but it's intercepted. And the pass comes ahead to Jeff Johnson from Fauché. Johnson in the zone. Got Fauché breaking. And a little bit too far for Jeff. The puck comes back to Cushman, but Fauché takes it away. Goes to Johnson in the slot. Johnson, drop pass, Sidden, breaks in. The shot goes wide. In behind the net. Johnson circling. He takes it in the slot, looking to get it back to the point. Here's Sidden. A step, a shot. Oh, deflected wide by Tracy. Otherwise, that would have been right on. Now Tracy in the corner. Pat's still looking for his first goal this year, by the way. And the puck comes in on Leary. He makes the save and leaves it for Adams. If you want to call that a save. Adams headman to McCracken. McCracken gets knocked down, gets back up again, trying to control it, but it's back out to center ice. McCracken again. Circling through traffic, gets by one, gets knocked down, going 1-on-4 that time. He can't control it. Plattsburgh out to center ice. Back in again is Bigelow, but offsides will be called. And we're almost halfway through the third period. Massena leading it 6-0.
And Massena totally in charge, to say the least. Jerry, Plattsburgh having trouble getting, you might say, over the center red line. And in fact, the only time I think they do get it in Massena's zone, as you say, they're throwing to get in from the neutral zone. It's the only way they can get it in the Massena zone.
That's the only shot tonight. Here comes Bigelow with an opportunity. Shot saved by Miller. Ed Miller's a good goaltender.
He really is.
I'll tell you what, on a good team, boy, he wouldn't have too many losses.
No.
Puck in behind the net, back to the point. Levac with it now as he couldn't keep it in, has to go back with it. Feeds it ahead. Goes to Bigelow by him. Jake Morris gets a piece of it in the zone. Offsides. Ooh.
Ooh is right. I'm not sure of that one.
I don't think it ever came back out again, the face-off comes outside the zone.
The puck was inside. The man came out, but the puck never came out.
And we got the two number 17s facing off against each other. Horner going against Morris. McCracken takes it. The big drive knocked down. The rebound. Bigelow right in front. Morris gets a shot off and another save by Miller. Miller's real good with a stick, too. Boy, he handles it. Here's Feely's shot. That was about 10 feet wide. Back to Levac. Takes a whack at it to Bigelow in the corner. Bigelow trying to get by a check. Loses the puck, but Morris is there. He gets knocked down, and Plattsburgh controls it. Steve Miller. Miller shot from center ice. A riser goes over the net, and Feely comes after it in the corner. Here's Feely stepping by a check. He starts it out again. Hitting the winger, McCracken. Scotty moves it down the ice into the zone, stops, gets upended, and the puck picked up by Miller. Miller takes it out to center ice, feeds it ahead, gets it back again, kicks it into the Massena zone. He's still got it, circles back to center ice. Looks like he's trying to kill a penalty, doesn't it? Now the puck comes to Tayo. Tayo poke checked away from him, and picking it up there is Skoski. Skoski got railed by Thompson. The puck comes free, and Schneider picks it up. Schneider's head man goes to Parker, back out to center ice. There's a shot, and that would have been an offside. Even if it had gone in, it would not have been a goal, as it almost handcuffed Matt Leary. That shot taken from Mike Dubray at the red line.
That was at the red line, and that's where most of their shots have come from, Jerry.
That's for sure. Craner's line out there for Massena, and that's the Bucci line for Plattsburgh. Off the face, the puck controlled by Rasko. He loses it. Tayo picks it up. Here comes Jeff across the blue. Oh, poke checked away. Following up is Parker, trying to keep it in. Thompson feeds it across. Here's Parker in front from Craner. Score! And Chris Parker picks up his second goal of the game to give Massena a 7-0 lead. And Craner will pick up the assist, and Thompson perhaps. As Craner does a beautiful pass to Parker.
Just in this period, I think that first line's been on the ice about 3 times. I tell you, they're playing, I think, as they have in the last 2-3 games. They're looking for each other, and boy, they're moving that puck back and forth. That first line is playing, I think, better than they played all year, Jerry. Craner, Tayo, and Parker really playing well together.
Well, there's going to be a goalie change. I guess Miller's seen enough rubber for one night, and Rob Dandro will come. See if they give another assist. Oh, Tayo picked up the other assist.
The whole first line. That'll be Parker from Craner and Tayo.
Okay, Tayo's got the puck to Craner. He misfired on it, goes back to the point. Here's Schneider, takes a whack at it. It's blocked, and it poke checked out to center ice by Plattsburgh. Well, this is a game now where you just hope you get the game over with, nobody gets hurt, that type of thing. Although it's not been a rough game at all. Here comes Craner with it. Steps by a check. Steps by another check. Feeds Parker on the right wing side into the zone. He lost it. Back out to the blue line, out to center ice. Tayo picks it up there. Here's Tayo sweeping it into the zone. Dump back out to center ice. It comes to Schneider. Schneider's going to dump it in the zone. In around the boards. After it is Tayo. Tayo looks up, looking to go to Craner. It's taken away from him by Mike Dubray, and Dubray feeds it into the Massena zone. They wave the icing off, and Chris Sidden picks it up with 5 minutes left to play. Raiders on top 7-0, leading by a touchdown here. Puck along the boards. It comes to Sidden. Headman pass to Parker. Parker trying to chase it down, feeds Craner, breaking in all by himself. And he didn't get the good shot off the rebound. Shot, another save. Couple of big saves by Dandro. Here's another shot and another save. And right in front, Parker couldn't find the handle. Goes back to Adams. His shot goes across the goal mouth. I think Dandro probably feels like he's in a shooting gallery. That one hit the post. In behind the net, Pat Tracy with it. Tracy in the corner. Trying to center it across. Comes right across the goal mouth. Tayo couldn't find the handle. Now Sidden pinches in. Here's Chris with a puck. Circling by some traffic. Sidden trying to center it across the goal mouth. It's knocked down. And Plattsburgh clears it to center ice. And Johnson picks it up. Here comes Jeff across the blue line from Massena. In behind the net. Swipes it back to Sidden. Sidden's shot, if you want to call it that, gets knocked down. And Tracy has to retreat and pick it up. Drops it over to Adams. Adams kind of overskated, but gets it out to center ice. Goes to Johnson at the red line. Johnson feeding Pat Tracy. Come on, Pat. And the shot and the save. Picked up by Fauché back to the point. Adams, his shot. And the goalie did the turtle act that time. We have a whistle. We're going to have a roughing call against Mike Adams.
Adams going off for Massena.
This has got to be the fastest game we've seen all year, Reg.
It really is. Here it's out. 8:35. We only got 3 minutes to go. That's a fast game.
I tell you, that first period flew right by. There weren't too many whistles. A lot of shots, but not too many whistles. So Massena will be killing a penalty here for the next minute and a half, unless Plattsburgh scores, I guess. Although they didn't have too much luck in their last power play. Controlling it Here comes Eric Brown across the blue line in the Massena zone. Trying to set up the Plattsburgh offense here. Puck stolen by Fauché. Fauché jams for it. And Levac picks up the loose puck and dumps it down the ice. Dandro, the new goalie, stops it and leaves it for Eric Reed. Reed starts out. Lugs it. Fakes the shot. Takes it across the blue line. They jam at it just inside the blue line. Puck goes into the corner. Here comes the puck in the slot. Knocked back to the blue line. Kept in by Reed again. Johnson throws a check. Bouncing along. Massena controls it out to center ice. That was Fauché dumping it down the length of the ice. About 35 seconds left in the penalty. Back there is Eric Reed again that started out for Plattsburgh. Reed's head man right on the stick of Cushman. Cushman, the shot, fired it high and wide. Puck around the glass, kept in at the point by Dubray. They jam for it. Dubray gets it, and that goes wide. And his shot back to the point. Puck in the slot. Johnson finds the handle, dumps it down the ice. 10 seconds left in the period. 7-0 Massena. Back to pick it up once more is Steve Miller this time. Miller's headman at center ice. Bucci. His pass intercepted by Parker. Parker along the boards just swipes it deep in Plattsburgh territory. That'll take care of the penalty, and we're back to 5-on-5 with just about a minute 50 and counting left to go in the period. Dubray with the puck, shoveling it around the boards. Trying to move it ahead to center ice. The Hornets dump it back to the blue line. Dubray again in his own end. Headmans it to the Massena blue line. Schneider is there. His pass is intercepted. Miller takes a whack at it, feeds it in the zone. Here's a drive, and that's a field goal. But it's not worth 3 in this game, and it's still 7-0 with 1:27 left to play in the third period.
Plattsburgh in their power play, unable to generate any even type of offense. I think the only shot they had went about 5 feet wide of Matt Larry. Plattsburgh just doesn't have the horses to compete with the Red Raiders, Jerry.
No, they sure don't. They sure don't. Been a long season already for them. Off the faceoff, Morris. And he chases it down. Oh, he just got railed by Plattsburgh. The puck back out to center ice. Morris after it there. Miller gets there first. Morris pokes it away. Goes to Thompson. Thompson steps by a check. Has it poked away again. Here's another shot from center ice. That goes wide. Around the boards. Clear the zone. Here comes Jake after it. Picking up the loose puck into the zone. Morris looking for McCracken. His shot is wide. Nice feed by Morris to McCracken. Now Post after, or Moore rather after it. Tries to get it to Morris. Can't really get a good shot off. It comes to McCracken. McCracken gets bodied into the boards by Dufresne. And the faceoff will come in Plattsburgh zone. We just have 48 seconds left.
I'll tell you, that was an excellent play between McCracken and Morris. Morris going down the left side, and he was way in the left side. I think out of the corner of his eye, he got McCracken coming in. McCracken got the shot off, and I think it was deflected off the knee of the defenseman. But I tell you, McCracken placed himself in a good position, got the shot off, and except for the defenseman coming in, could have had a goal. Nice play by both McCracken and by Morris.
Grainer's line out there now. Off the faceoff. Puck in the corner. Picked up in front. Tayo gets a shot off and a save made by the goaltender Dandro. 42 seconds left to play in the third period. Or in the hockey game, whichever you prefer. And the faceoff will come to Dandro's right in the Plattsburgh zone. Off the draw, Parker. Tayo. Adams. Adams takes a whack at it. It's kicked out of the zone. Adams, head man, comes into the Plattsburgh zone. Back outside. Here's Sidden. Across the blue line. Chris with a puck now. In the corner. Comes around the boards, controlled by Plattsburgh. Adams steps into it and dumps it in behind the net. Now Scott Lucken after it. He can't control it for Plattsburgh. As Parker steals it, comes in front, trying to center it, but it goes back to the blue line. The Hornets still can't get it out of there. Adams keeps it in. Goes to Adams. He dumps it in the corner. We're down to 5 seconds left. Adams behind the net. Looking to crater his shot. And the save is made. And the buzzer sounds. And the period is over. And so is the hockey game. The Massena Red Raiders win it easily